Adapting to change. One of Umhlobo Wenene FM's most loved shows, Hats and Heels, went virtual for the first time.
This event has been running for the past 6 years, and we're celebrating women on Umhlobo Wenene FM all these past years. And unfortunately this year, because we are faced with the corona pandemic, the station has had to reimagine the delivery, the way we deliver this event. Hence now we have decided to have it as a virtual event.
Umhlobo Wenene has a listenership of more than 5 million people. The station went all out for the event.
We are hoping that our listeners will welcome this event and also be part of the event and enjoy the event, because we've been promoting it on air, and hence now it's we are also streaming it live on YouTube and also on Umhlobo Wenene FM Facebook pages.
But there were some challenges.
It was a bit challenging because you wouldn't know what will be the end result, whether you will get out of it what you really wanted, because you had to make sure that your technical stuff and whatever is technical is working. But we are hopeful that we are delivering it very well.
This year, Umhlobo Wenene FM is also celebrating 60 years of broadcasting. Ngonji, SABC News, Port Elizabeth.
It is 6 after 8, and that's a wrap of your 8 o'clock.